Well, I'll tell you what, 3 days later, rain had a little bit of it, but it wasn't too bad. So we went ahead and filled this thing with seed. Canola is ready to go. The main thing we got to get to today, we have some bean harvest, and then actually after we knock out those beans, we are going to grab the tractor with the cultivator. It's down at the cornfield. We're going to drive it over to the silage, cultivate that up, come back, get the planter, get everything dialed in. We're going to actually plant that field today after we finish harvesting beans, and then we're going to bounce back over to the cornfield we finished a few days back. We are going to disc part of that up, and I'm sure by the time that happens, if we don't have any breakage, it will probably be time to go home. So let's go ahead and get this day started. Okay, so we got the 350 powered down. I actually did a little bit of moving around. We did hook up the John Deere 4955 up to our cultivator. I believe that's an 830. We'll get that running here in a little bit. We have the bean head fully switched over, and for this bean field we're going to run the straight truck because I just kind of feel like it. I don't think it'll yield that much. I mean, we could probably use one Brent, but just for logistics wise, driving down the road with the truck, a little bit easier, a little bit safer. So what we're going to do here is we are actually going to drive these gravity wagons back up to the farm, get this thing hooked up to the planter, and hop back down here, harvest some beans. If we cross the road here, I want to say the dew is off now. Oh yeah, they're plenty dry. This shouldn't have a problem at all. A little hazy out this morning though. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and get everything switched around. Now, our wheat bean field is still a little bit of ways, but what we're going to do is we're going to cross the road over here. We actually have an entrance kind of right in front of us, and we'll go ahead and lower this thing, get it fired up, and get into it. And just like that, man, the 9650 STS, it just chewed right through those beans. This combine is amazing. I did look down at one point, and we're pretty much running on E, so definitely gonna have to get the combine filled up before we go into those wheat beans. But yeah, this pretty much wraps up this part of harvest and a big bulk of our year for harvest, minus those beans. We'll run over here, unload into the straight truck, we'll drive everything back, and then we'll hop in the cultivator over there and get that canola field ready. Now, I'm about to do something right here that the DOT absolutely loves you to do. They recommend it when you're a combine, so watch after me, kids. No, I'm totally just kidding. Don't do that. Don't drive your header down the road. Our header trailer hasn't come in yet for this combine. That's the only reason I did that, and it won't fit on the others. So like I said, don't do that in real life, but for this, it's okay. Alright, got the STS all powered down. We will get the header cleaned off, combine cleaned out. We're not going to clean it too in depth. Like I said, we got wheat beans that are a good 13, 14 days away. We'll get this thing fueled up. But now we're going to go ahead. I think we'll just walk back and we'll get the cultivator. We'll go down to that silage field, get that all ripped up, and see what we can't mess up. Alrighty, here we go. As you can see, like I said, wheat beans, they're going to start drying down soon. You can see there's a couple of spots in there where they are getting dry, so they'll be right around the corner before you know it. And then, of course, like I said, that right there would be a big canola field, but I think that's a risk we're willing to take, especially if these guys from Purdue Turkey Farms come back and confirm the contract with us. Well, we got everything lowered. Let's go ahead and just get right into it. Just like that, the field is prepped, it is ready to go. Let's let's go see if we can plant this field correctly. I have my doubts. We'll even see if it comes up. Like I said, I know we have to dual split fungicide on it, and then we have to give it a double shot of nitrogen. Like I said, it's a very intensive crop with the dual shot of nitrogen, 2 applications of fungicide, and even some insecticide, and then you know, of course, you gotta go and desiccate it. So I think we might have our hands full, but it's going to be something that definitely pays off if we can do it correctly. I'm not going to lie, this field might be more of a pain in the rear. We should have got a single one of these drills or borrowed a single little drill instead of having a 3-section drill, because I think turning around is going to be a little bit of a challenge. Like I said, I don't know. We might do a strip or 2 over in this new field. I'm not 100% sure yet. We'll just have to see. Okay, like I said, 8110. Got this thing fired up. We're, oh, man, I really don't know how this is going to go. Like I said, I'm nervous. We'll see. I don't know. I think we're just going to have to give it a go. I got everything set right. Called my local canola guys. And I think we're ready to rock and roll. And just like that, guys, our first field of canola is done. Can you believe it? That is absolutely insane. Got a little bit, change of plans. Made some phone call to my local canola guys, which are honestly just the guys down the road, but they've been doing it for a handful of years. They said they think it's a good idea to go ahead and get this big field knocked out, so that's pretty much what the rest of our day is going to look like. We'll head over there, plant that field, probably go back and stage the cultivator in the other field, and of course bring the grain truck back, but that's what the rest of this is going to look like. Well, here we are, everybody. Going to be a long evening ahead of us because this field is going to take a few hours, but I'm excited, ready for it. I know what you're thinking. Yeah, your place looks like a mess, but we'll get it cleaned up. We'll get it mowed, get everything cleaned up, put away, and come wintertime, this place will start shaping up. So, without further ado, let's plant some canola. And just like that, canola is done in this field and the old silage field. Like I said, I'm going to park this over here. Where should we put it? We'll just put it at the edge of this gravel over here. We're going to hop out, take the cultivator tractor over to the field, hop in the truck, and I think that'll wrap our day up. Now, the nice thing about this too is it's just a way to break up corn, bean, so we can rotate wheat into this sometimes. This canola is meant to be a third-year rotational crop, so you won't see this for a few growing years after this season, but if it does bring the money in, I don't know. I might have a hard time holding off on that. So here we go, 49.55. Undid it, went a couple of feet just to make sure everything is working right, but it seems like it is. Don't have a problem with this sitting out here. Of course, we'll roll the tarp and move it, but with that, I think we're heading home for the evening.
I go straight from the bank, gassing up the tank, cranking up the radio, playing old Hank, and it ain't that long